It's a blessing to be with you here on this Monday. I trust you had a wonderful Lord's Day. And here we are heading into our Independence Day celebrations. And I thank the Lord for our country. We still have religious freedom. We're obviously concerned and we ought to be praying. And as we celebrate this week, we ought to at the same time pray that we will take advantage of what we have and serve the Lord with all of our heart and to take our religious freedom as a precious gift at this point and not squander it, but truly be used of God. Today I'd like to go to Hebrews chapter 4, and you have the wonderful truth of spiritual rest. Rest in this passage is not speaking about laying down and going to sleep. It is speaking of rest in our heart, of full dependence upon God. It's referring to the people of Israel going into the land under Joshua. They couldn't enter in because of unbelief back at Kadesh Barnea, but now they entered in, and it was a full belief that God would deliver them. And after they learned a couple of lessons at Ai and Gibeon, from that point on, that group rested in the Lord. And they didn't lose a soldier. They had tremendous victories. And let me look at a couple of verses here together that I think will be a help to you. There remaineth therefore a rest to the people of God. We have that opportunity. We have a rest now and we'll have victory later. But then, verse 10, for he that is entered into his rest, he also has ceased from his own works as God did from his. You have the idea here of the importance of resting and not depending upon ourselves. We're going to heaven based upon the grace of God. And we're able to win the battles of our life against the enemies that face us, just like Israel had faced them. And as we do that, it's going to be all by the grace of God, just like we were saved. And so if we're truly resting, we are not depending on our works. We're not trying to be something ourselves. We are fully looking to God for wisdom, for direction, for the power to do exactly what we ought to do. And so I want to encourage you today, in the midst of things that can truly bring unrest to our souls, before we get to heaven, we can have a rest here on this earth, moment by moment, day by day, as we depend upon him and rest in his word, and rest therefore in his person to accomplish his word. And so today, the peace of God that passeth all understanding should keep your hearts and minds in Christ Jesus. Rest in his word, know it, depend upon it, step out by faith, but in your spirit, trust in him alone. And God will bring great peace and rest if you fully look to him for the victory.